time. The beta is officially out, obviously, everyone knows that. I'm using Sackmaster's NFL mod. He worked on finishing it up today and getting it ready. Now, there's a lot of problems with unfinished games, okay? There are tons of problems in unfinished games. I'm going to point out quite a few of them that need to be addressed in this video, but I'm going to be talking about, the future of this game and what still hasn't been added, and, just generally just talk through the whole video. But the videos that you guys have already seen, I'm sure you guys have noticed that there's been a lot of improvements that's happened over the last couple of years. I mean, it's been a huge leap from year to year. I mean, they started out with a Flash game that was over the top, and now we have this, which is still not nowhere near where it needs to be, but it's getting there. And I keep telling people, give this guy a chance, give this developer your support, and eventually you'll get the game, the kind of game you want. It's not going to be Madden. It's not going to be 2K. You got to get that out of your head. This is an indie developer. He's got limited resources, but if you guys support him, the more you support him, the more stuff you can add. I mean, like this, for instance. This is a preview screen. Me and Sackmaster were clamoring for this. It's in the game now. You can actually look at what you're going to look like before you go into a match. You can change all the uniforms the way you want. So we're going to go with the 1994 Dolphin uniform and the 1994 Jets uniform. Kind of like that old Meadowlands game where Marino had that fake spike. That's the kind of uniform the Dolphins were wearing that day, and the same with the Jets. Now, the first thing I want to talk about are the issues in this beta, because there's a lot of them. I know Danny probably already knows about a lot of these issues, but we're going to go through a lot of them. There's so many glitches, there's so many bugs, but that's going to be expected. The first thing that's going to be very noticeable is how broken the passing is. You cannot catch anything in this game. You cannot catch a pass to save your life, because there's collision problems. I've already talked to Danny about it. There's just a lot of issues, but it's the beta. There's like 3 months plus before we're even going to get this to the public. I finally decided to on a camera angle that I enjoy. This is the camera angle I have decided to stay with. I think it gives a nice little close-up view for the players. You can actually read the player names on the back of the jerseys. This is the kind of view, and it's still playable, so I like this view, and this is the view that I've been using. So if you guys want it, I'll show you what exactly the settings are later on. Now, obviously, like I said, the passing is broken. You'll see right here. He drops it. That's a flat pass. It shouldn't be dropped right away. I mean, that's an easy completion in just about every football game. We're going to try a screen here. Again, he can't catch it. You cannot catch passes in this game right now. So if you want to move the football, what do you got to do? You got to run it. You got to run it a lot. So the running game is your only hope in this right now, in this pre-beta, this beta phase. And I get the first down there. But I might complete a few passes here and there. But here again, I try to soft, simple pass to the flat, so you can't complete it. But the good news is that Danny is aware of it, and he's fixing it. And that's the beauty of these indie developers, is you can get fixes out a lot faster than these AAA companies. Here I try another pitch to the outside. I didn't get a good head of steam going there. But yeah, the developers can fix things a lot faster. They're more open to listening to you. I mean, it's a lot different. Here I actually complete a pass down the middle to my own self. But yeah, there's a lot of issues, guys. But they're being worked on. They're being worked on, and I'm confident. I'm very confident that everything's going to be fixed. And here I throw an interception somehow. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, now let's talk about how far this game has come, because let's be honest, it was only a couple of years ago when people were just laughing. They're just laughing at me and ridiculing me for jumping on the bandwagon and trying to help this game, get better by just giving my feedback and telling Danny this is the direction we need to go with the game, because at the first it was just an arcade type game, and I said, look, we need to have it moddable if it's on PC, because mods are huge on PC. And Danny has been on board with me the whole time. He's listened to everything I've said. I mean, it's obvious. If you look at all my improving Axis videos, look at how many things he's implemented, the things that I've talked about. Play art, where it's right there. Play art was added. I made a video not too long ago about this. I said we needed players in motion and we needed play art. Well, play art has arrived. It's in the game right now. There's other issues that I said that need to be fixed, and they've been fixed. There are some present 16 bugs that are still in the game, and I really want him to fix them. I'm going to have to make another video just showing him in detail, or just telling him which ones they are, because there's some that I even forget about sometimes. But now, another issue I really want him to listen to is, this is like Tecmo Bowl. If you select a player, you cannot select another player after the ball is snapped. I don't think this is his intention. But right now, if you select a player, after the ball has been snapped, you're stuck to that player and you cannot switch. You cannot switch off. I don't think this is his intention, because that would be very bad. I want to be able to switch off and have user control where I can make a tackle. Right now, that's not in the game. In fact, there's not even a tackle button in the game. And I'm sure that's going to be addressed in the future. Hopefully in this year. Again, I try a flat pass, incomplete. Now, I said it before. This is the beta. There's a lot of things that haven't been added yet. For example, my animations that I purchased are not in the game yet. Remember that video I made where I had all the throwing animations, the play action, the draw plays, the strafing with the defensive back, the catching animations. All that is not in the game yet. It hasn't been implemented. But it's going to be. There's also another issue with the teleporting, but they already know about that, where it kind of looks like you kind of skip a few frames, and then there's a lot of wonky things like the physics, the guys going back far and getting knocked back a long ways, and he's already addressed this, and it's going to be fixed, guys. But just think, last year there was nowhere in our minds that we thought we would get any kind of a physics system. And now, this is the first iteration of the physics system, and for the most part, I think he's done an amazing job. The people that he's hired, I mean, yeah, it's not perfect, but neither is Madden. And Madden has, all the resources in the world and, hundreds of people working on the game. And if you put that into perspective, the stuff that he has been able to accomplish with this team has just been amazing, mind-boggling. And just imagine if he had more support, more funds to work with, which brings me to my next point. Or topic here. This IMV, I don't know who the heck they are. I mean, they're touting that they're going to have this college football game, and it's not even going to be licensed. It's not going to be on PC, so you're not going to be able to mod it at all. So basically, you're going to have generic teams if this game even does come out. But if you think about it, they have nothing to show for. They haven't showed us a damn thing. And yet there's people giving them thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. And that just irritates the hell out of me. It really pisses me off. Because these guys haven't showed us jack shit. And all they're doing is hyping up a game they don't even have. I mean, and here you got Danny Jugan, who's been making Flash games and has been in the games market for a while. And he's put out 3 football games. And yet he can't get any support for that these guys are getting. And here I do a nice little kickoff return there. The kickoff's blocking needs a lot of work too, but we'll get to that later. Now, I asked Danny would he consider doing another Kickstarter type thing, and he said that he'd be open to it after the game was released for improving the next game. But I told him, don't do a Kickstarter to do something where you get to actually keep the funds no matter what. So the money that you do give him, you're parting with it. You're not going to get any kind of refund. The Kickstarter's different. So hopefully he'll go that route, and more people will support him and help improve this game, because he showed us that he's serious about making a better product. He's improving each year. I mean, you look at 2015. You go back and look at the 2015 version, and then you look at this version. You can see that this guy means business. He is not messing around. He wants to create a better football game. This, honestly, guys, is the best chance we've had in over 11 years. It's the best chance we've had to actually get a game to go in the direction we want it to go. The kind of game that we want to play. besides Madden, something that, you know, respects the game of football. I know Madden's getting better, and they have to, because, you know, competition is coming, you know, not just in the form of Axis, you know, but other developers like Cal Anderson, the Canadian guy, the Canuck guy. I mean, there's more football games coming out. I mean, yeah, they're not going to be up to par with Madden, but the fact that they're going to be striving to get better is going to put pressure on Madden, because now, you know, Madden has now had competition, hasn't had to think about creating new ideas or anything. So every new idea that a developer comes up with, Madden is going to have to equal, or say, oh, we have that in our game too. So let's say Axis comes out with a great franchise mode or something. You know, Madden has nothing similar to that right now. Let's just say that Axis comes out with a great franchise mode with things that blow us away. The next year, Madden's going to have to equal that, right? Because they're going to have sales taken away because, oh, well, they have a great franchise mode. Where's your franchise mode at? You know, Madden hasn't had to think about this in a long time because nobody's been making any football games. You know, nobody has come up with new ideas and new concepts to put in their game because there hasn't been anything. You know, there's not been any competition. And even though Axis is not on the same plane as Madden, you know, the fact that they're coming, they're getting better, and they're open to listening to what we want. This is going to put pressure on EA, obviously. They're not going to hurt their sales or anything. Madden is going to make their money. EA is going to make their money no matter what. But you have to think about it. EA will be forced to compete now, even though they're not on the same plane. For example, they're coming out with some kind of targeting passing this year. I don't know what that entails yet, but could it be something like NFL Fever had and Axis has done? It could be, because they feel the pressure now. They say, well, we're going to have to do the aimed passing now because, well, Axis is doing it and they're getting better each year. You know, eventually we're gonna have to come up with some kind of concept that, you know, has the same kind of thing, or, you know, we're not the best football game on the market because we want to have everything. We want to have every type of thing. But like I said before, EA hasn't had to think about this for a long time. So rejoice, guys. That's another good thing that's happening because of Axis Football and Danny Jugan. All right, so as we move into the next beta update, let's talk about some things that must be improved stat in this beta. The first thing that needs to be fixed is obviously the passing is completely broken. Like I've said before, the passing, the detection or something is just way, way, way off. I don't know what it is, but it's just not working. The passing does not work. So that's got to be fixed very soon. The next thing are the major glitches. There are quite a few major glitches that are. There's one right there with the kickoff right there, as you can see. That was present in the 2016 version, where right before the half, the meter just goes wild and you can't control it. But let's talk about some of the major glitches. One major glitch is when the quarterback will hand the ball off. He won't hand it off. He'll just start spinning in circles right here on this play. Watch this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Up, and he gets sacked. But see, that's something that can be fixed, and it's going to be fixed. The craziest glitch I've seen so far is when the quarterback will hand the ball off, and the running back will, for whatever reason, run towards the opposite end zone and until he gets to the goal line, and then he'll just start spinning in circles, and then he'll start running back the other way, the way he came. I'm going to show you a clip of it right here because I want them to see this. I'm sure Danny and company have already seen this, but I'm just going to show it again just to make sure. See how the ball gets stuck on his leg and he just runs backwards and spins around and then he runs back. Again, just a glitch that I have no doubt that Danny is going to fix. He's always been very good about fixing issues. Yeah, there's been some that got through the cracks in 16, but I think that's because of the development cycle. You know, he has to start working on the next iteration, and the 16 version just kind of gets the back seat. But a lot of these 16 versions glitches are still present in the 17 version, so I think that should be a really high priority, is getting rid of all the 16 glitches, the things that were happening in the 2016 version. I don't think that one was in the 16 version, but there are some that made it through. The kickoff glitch, I'm going to try to get some footage of that. I think I have some footage of it, but I can't find it right now. But yeah, the passing and all the glitches, once those get sorted out, man, we'll have a lot better experience playing the game. But it's not going to be a pleasant experience playing the game right now because this is the beta phase, and people need to understand if they buy this game right now and expect to have a great experience, that's not going to happen because we have a privilege of helping. This is like helping the developers make the game better. We're playing this game to find bugs and then basically and give suggestions on making the game better. So it's our duty to find bugs. It's our duty to show the bugs and to help, all these bugs get ironed out before the release in August. So I'm not ashamed to show these bugs, and I hope nobody else is either, because they need to be fixed. And once they are fixed, it's going to make for a better experience. And it's also going to reinforce how good this developer is at fixing issues, and to give consumers confidence that, hey, if I buy this product, I know that if there's an issue, it's going to get fixed. Now, let's talk about what this game needs to have before it reaches consoles. Now, Danny has already announced that this game will not be coming to consoles this year, and I think that is an amazing decision because this game isn't ready for consoles yet, and it's very apparent because there's so many things missing that console players are going to expect. Just the bare minimum of things like there's no chain gang, there's no way to call a fair catch, there's no play clock, there is no huddle offense, huddling up, getting back to the line. All these little things that people expect to see are not in the game yet. More animations that people are accustomed to, proper, like a punting animation where the guy steps into the punt. Stuff like that. Better blocking on the kickoff return, better blocking in general. But it's got time. It's got to have time to get better, guys. I mean, you got to think, just 2 years ago, this game didn't even have a interaction on the offensive and defensive line. It did not have anything. I mean, they were just hugging each other. I mean, if you think about it like that and think how far this game has come in just so little time, it's going to get better very quickly. Each year has been huge leaps and bounds. And it's only going to get better each year. So the 18 version is probably going to blow us away. Absolutely blow us away. I don't know what they have planned yet for 18, but I tell you what, I mean, if it's going to go to consoles, it's going to be something. It's got to be something amazing. So I have confidence. But there's so much that needs to be put in this game. We need better sound effects in the stadium. We need more, atmosphere. We need more, just eye candy on the sidelines, just like a coach on the sideline, or just things that just kind of flesh out the stadium. The stadium is so bare bones right now. So the stadium needs to be improved a lot. There needs to be better presentation, which has started this year with the announcers and the sideline announcer as well, which was a nice little surprise. But things like drive summaries, instant replay, just things like that people expect to see in a football game. If it's not there, if it goes to a console, it's going to be ridiculed to the highest degree. So for Danny to make the decision to not go to console, probably the best decision he's made with Axis Football, because it's just it would be ripped to shreds. You can't go against Madden right now, that's for sure. In the current state the game is in, but look at how far this game has come. We have physics now. We have modding that's pretty much as flawless. I can't tell. Can you guys tell if this is an officially licensed NFL product? I couldn't tell. We have all the logos, all the team names, all the uniform colors. It looks pretty damn legit to me. But that's the beauty of having a game on PC, is you can do this kind of thing. Now, what I suggest Danny to do is if he goes to the Xbox console, right? PlayStation doesn't support this, I don't think. But if he were to go to the Xbox console, he would be able to do something like Fallout does, where you can share mods from Steam onto the console. So if he could do that somehow, I don't know if he could get around it with the NFL and everything, because that's a very slippery situation, I don't know. But it's a mod. It's not officially in the game. You have to go through and create it yourself. So I don't think there'd be an issue, but there could be. I mean, it's something he could look into and find out if he could do it. But that would make it even more appealing to console players as well. But one more issue I want to harp on before I get back into some positive things is the offensive line doesn't hold their blocks nearly long enough, so you can't sit in the pocket for very long at all. I know the average time in the NFL is like 4 seconds, but it's just way too fast. Hopefully that they can fix that and make it more organic and everything, but work in progress, guys, work in progress. But yeah, back to the console thing. There's been people that have been upset about it, you know, that they just want it on consoles. But think about it, guys. It's not ready for consoles yet. It's just not. It's not ready. And if it came out now, it wouldn't get a chance to get better because people would trash it so hard. You know, the reputation would be kind of messed up. You know, you only get one chance to make a first impression, and if this game goes to consoles with this kind of first impression, with it unfinished, not going to end up well. So Danny's doing the right thing. He is doing the absolute right thing, and anybody needs to understand that this is a long-term process, and it's going to get better. The evidence is right in front of you. I mean, just look at this. Look at the graphics. It looks so much better than last year, amongst other things. My last part of this commentary is going to be about how Danny has improved this game from 15 to now. The first game, you know, he had I think his brother-in-law was in the bathroom with a $10 mic or something, he said, and he did the commentary that way, but that was what he had to work with. And he saw the criticism, and he said, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get a professional guy. I'm going to do the commentary. And it was improved, but people still didn't like it enough. So he went out and he got the iconic voice of Terry McGovern from the 2K series. If that isn't trying to make your product better, then I don't know what is. And not only that, he's still using the guy from last year to banter between each other. And he's all right. He does an okay job. I mean, I know some people don't like him, but I think it does a good enough job. And he got a sideline reporter. It's not the one from 2K, but he went out and he got a nice sounding female voice actor. It sounds very good to me. So the commentary has made a huge leap. The graphics have made a huge leap. We complained about the grass. The grass looks very good, in my opinion, this year. I love the grass the way it looks right now. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Now, one thing I'd like to add to the grass would be field degradation, but I'm not sure how long that's going to take to get implemented. But he has taken every criticism, everything, and he's trying to turn it around and make his product better. He went out, he got better voice acting. He's trying to get the game to look better. Across the board, he has kept his promises. He said he was going to make incremental improvements across the board. He wasn't going to just focus on one thing, but he was going to try to focus on every aspect. The way the game looks, the way the game sounds, the way the game feels. And so he goes out and he does the physics this year. I didn't even expect the physics this year. But the look of the game, the physics, it's all getting improved, guys. The modding is so much better now. We can actually look at the uniforms. We can create infinite uniforms. You can't do that in Madden, I guarantee you. You cannot create infinite amount of uniforms or teams, which you can do in Axis Football. So that's one thing that stands this game apart from the competition, is that you have an infinite array of options here. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this. It's been a lengthy video. I hope you guys got a lot out of this, and I hope you guys support Danny Jugan this year, because this game has come a long way, and it's only the beginning.